Hey YouTube, this is Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Hey, I wanted to run back through a little electric uh, amp draw testing for servos here. Just go back through the whole situation so everybody can see what we're doing here. Please take note that we're not taking any calculations on trying to figure out exactly to a T what servo draws how many amps. So these numbers could be simply flashing just check marks or anything at us. We're just seeing a difference in whatever. And I even was confused the first time I did this. I thought right now it says 0.01. I thought that was a tenth of an amp. I don't think that's a tenth. I think that's just like 1% of an amp. So we'll just go with zero point zero 0.01 and we'll count up. So let's go through the setup here. We've got a battery pack here, an older NiCad pack that actually still holds its charge really good. Plugged into this lead here, the negative is going, the brown wire here is going straight through on over to the servo tester. You see the brown wire here right next to the yellow? The positive wire is going into the multimeter, coming out of the multimeter, going over to the servo tester. Coming out of the servo tester is going into this little LiPo checker here, and you can see that we currently have 5.51 volts. And the electricity it takes to power this LED light and to light this screen up here to tell us what our voltage is taking 0.01 amps. So let's put the servo tester in the neutral position. This first servo is an E-Flite brand servo. It comes in the Apprentice. I'm sure it comes in others. It'll run the rudder and the steering, or the front steering wheel on that RC airplane. So let's plug this first victim into the lineup here. All right, it's centered servo, and it's still using 0.01 amps to simulate wind pushing on your control surface. I'm going to put a little pressure on the servo horn here, and you can see that our amp meter's gone up to 0.08, and the voltage has dropped to 5.44. I let off. We've gone back to the 0.01, and the battery is now at 5.49. The next setting is where the servo will go back and forth. I got the speed set to a little over half, and you can see the amp draw is now 0.13, 0.14, and the voltage has dropped down to 5.38 volts. So that just kind of gives us an idea what kind of juice this servo takes to run. This next servo is a E-Flite brand 23 gram digital servo. We got 5.49 volts. We're still drawing 0.01 amps. We'll put this guy into the lineup. You can see that thing didn't make any noise at all. It was already in the centered position. So to represent the wind, I'll put some pressure on the servo horn here. It's taking our amp draw up to 0.04, and our voltage is down to 5.46. We'll put it in the back and forth motion. Same speed as all the rest. We're 0.04, 0.05 on our amp draw and 5.44 volts on the battery currently. So we'll take that guy out of the lineup. This next one is our fantastic, awesome Radio Shack servos. This is the analog servo, and I believe this is an analog servo as well. Don't quote me on that. I've seen these offered in digital and analog, and for sale on certain websites, and I can't tell the difference. I don't know how to tell the difference, put that way. All right, so we got our servo tester now in the center position. 0.01 amp draw, 5.49 volts. Got that guy plugged in, and I've got to grab something to turn the servo to represent the wind. So our voltage is down to 5.47, And our amp draw is at 0.01 still. To represent the wind, the amp draw has gone to 0.11, 0.10. Voltage has dropped to 5.38. Let off of it. Voltage is back to 5.45, 47, and back to the 0.01. Back and forth movement has taken our amp draw kind of in a wide range. 0.10, 0.09, I saw 0.14, and the voltage is down to 5.36. So this guy's gobbling up his fair share. He's hungry. This next one is these blue cheap servos that you see on various websites. You know, I think it's like 75 of them for 35 cents or something like that. 9-gram servos. This thing says Tower Pro Micro Servo something 9. So voltage 5.47. The servo tester's in the center position. 0.01 amp draw. We'll plug this guy in. So we still got our 0.01 amp draw, and our voltage is 5.45, representing the wind. And we've got 0.014, 0.017, 0.20, 0.21, and the voltage is down to 5.31. We'll put it on the back and forth movement. And that amp draws all over the map too. 0.07, 0.11, 0.12, 0.13. And the voltage is 5.38. So I'm thinking this blue guy might be the winner here on the most power hungry. 0.10, 0.12, 5.38. 0.10, 0.12, 0.38. So the Radio Shack on the amp draws the hungriest. That now it's lowering the volts, 5.34. The Radio Shack and the blue guy are pretty close. We'll put our E-Flite big boy back in here. 5.44. Put it on back and forth. Well, I didn't write any of that down, so it wasn't a race anyways. We were just seeing what things do. Let's plug a couple of them up. We got room for 3. Let's put all these guys in there. All right, so now look at, with 3 servos in the center position, 0.02, I can put pressure on a few of them. There's 2, so it's taking it to 0.18, just as if you're flying. You know, so kind of keep that in mind. If you got 4 of these servos, you know, in just the wind alone, you know, you're not turning your sticks at all. You're just trying to fly completely straight, and the wind's pushing on them. That could be gobbling up some amps, you know. But we're just doing this for the fun of it. That's all we're doing this for. So we got 3 of them plugged up. Let's put them all on random, and we've got anywhere from 0.30, 0.40, and it's taking the battery pack down. Let's see the battery pack again. 5.33. So down to 5.18 real quick. So it took quite a bit of that battery pack. All right, guys, that's it for this this set of testing the amps of the servos. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. If you guys have learned anything or got any kind of entertainment at all, if you haven't already, please click subscribe and also click the like button. Tomorrow, I'll have our report card for the past week. I can't thank you guys enough for the subscriptions. I think we're going to hit 100 in the next 5 days. It's looking like that. So until next time, you'll see me here. Thank you, guys.